Hello, colors. Welcome back to Viva Barca, and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to discuss on some interesting updates. We start with this report claiming that new sporting director Deco opens up on Barca's pursuit on Neymar, saying that it was never a possibility. We are going to discuss on everything he has to say as we move ahead. Secondly, talking about Lamine Yamal, as Barca preferred the La Masia gem to start ahead of Ferran Torres and Ansu Fati in the upcoming games. We are also going to be discussing more on that. So guys, as we get right into it in much detail, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. If you're just coming across the channel for the very first time, you are highly welcomed. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Barca have undertaken a structural change in the hierarchy as the club officially confirmed Matteo Alemani's departure in September while naming Deco as the new sporting director, even though the Portuguese had already been involved with Barcelona since the beginning of the summer transfer window. He is now presented with an official rank. Speaking to GE Global, Deco gave an insight into the club's stance on the Neymar operation, which failed to materialize. Neymar completed his move to Al Hilal earlier this week, but before the transfer came to fruition, rumors of him potentially joining the Catalan outfit spread like wildfire. It was reported that sections of the Barcelona board were heavily in favor of bringing back the Brazilian, and Neymar himself was keen to make a move after regretting his decision to leave in 2017. Now, Deco has opened up about the difficulties that the club encountered while pursuing his signature. He said, everyone knows that at this moment, unfortunately, with our financial situation, it was impossible to make such a signing. We needed an understanding with PSG or a settlement with the Saudi Arabians, something that didn't happen, Deco said. It was a situation that needed to be economically viable for us, but it was never a possibility because of the club's economic situation, Deco confirmed. Barcelona's dire financial state has already forced them to make considerable concessions and place a great many existing players on the market. As such, arguments that the club could not afford Neymar's wages or find an agreement with PSG did not come across as a surprise. There also were reports that the Saudi Arabians would be willing to loan Neymar to Barcelona for a certain period, but despite Neymar's interest in completing his homecoming, that possibility was completely ruled out. Of course, we can hear Deco talking about the Neymar's case, and I think with all the rumors we've been getting, Deco himself have confirmed that it's true. You know, Neymar's saga made a lot of headlines, and to the extent where you might thought Neymar would be a Barca player again, and only for Barca to, you know, to fail in the pursuit with Al Hilal just coming and hijacking the player, as they have that financial capability to do just that. So it was not like Neymar never wanted to come. Neymar was pushing for it. But the fact that there was no general consensus, as Xavi was the only one saying no to any possible return for Neymar, but it didn't go through. But it was not like Xavi was the only reason why Neymar did not come. Financially, it wasn't viable. It wasn't possible, as new sporting director Deco himself have confirmed after being appointed yesterday as the new sporting director. Um, because Deco was also in great favor of Neymar coming. It was very clear. Matteo Alemani was in favor. President Joan Laporta was a huge admirer. He still remains a huge admirer of Neymar, but it didn't happen. It didn't happen, as of course Xavi was the only one saying that he didn't see the player coming to Barca making any sense, because he might come and disrupt the harmony, disrupt the dressing room, and his attitude also within the pitch and also outside might be a bad influence to some of the young stars. which I think the reasons were not even getting weights for me. But apart from that, a move for Neymar could have been always tricky and difficult because the player is, you know, is worth his wages are very high, and of course PSG were already willing to ask a transfer fee, which Barca will not be even able to pay, because at the end of the day, Al Hilal bought Neymar for something almost 100 million. Fabrizio Romano confirmed that it was a little less than 100 million, which might be 90 something million, right? Where do Barca have the money to pay a transfer fee of 90 something million? Then let alone the players' wages. Even though yes, Neymar was open to reducing his salary if he had joined Barca, but Barca were hoping that there will be a contract termination, right? But that was just hoping, because if PSG said they must have something from Neymar's sale, there's nothing Barca could do about it, and they did just that, selling him to Al Hilal, sorry, not a not a free agent. So I think there was no chance. We stood no chance to bring Neymar at all, because PSG could have been asking a very huge amount, and for which Barca could not afford to pay such. So let's see. Then moving on to the next story of discussion. Lamine Yamal has shaken up Barca in the best way he can. With recently turning 16, he has dazzled everyone with his fearlessness and his technical ability. Now Dembele has gone to PSG. Rafinha has picked up red card, missing 2 games now. Xavi is once again left with that dilemma regarding who is to play the wings in the upcoming 2 games in Rafinha's absence. Cadiz, much like Getafe, is a side that also proves so difficult to beat, as they play with a very huge, low and compact blocks in defense. Reports from Dario Sport now suggest Barca could turn the teenager in the game against Cadiz, and that he is now higher up the pecking order, even above Ansu Fati and Ferran Torres. The latter two have faced major fluctuations in form, but both had a promising preseason, which makes it difficult to see Yamal getting extended game time ahead of Fati and Torres. A big factor that needs to be considered with Jamal is to give him enough time to settle into the demands of senior football. Rushing Jamal into playing very long periods at this young age will bring a lot of problems as to his long term effectiveness, as he's still growing into a body and there is no reason to risk that injury. However, 16-year-old Yamal is the perfect impact substitution to add threats to the latter stages of any game. It was reported that Ace Abde is Xavi's preferred winger. The Moroccan is the most pure and direct winger, as as Rafinha now isn't available. So guys, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time. Bye bye.